Bitcoin is the only crypto asset that is truly decentralized. It is special. Maybe Bitcoin isn't digital currency at all. Maybe in the future, there might be some other digital capital.
What's up, Crypto Crew, and welcome back. Or if this is your first time, I'm Captain Crypto Mite, actively escaping the matrix, scoping out the crypto ocean. So if you like your odds, get on the boat, stay up to date, thumbs up, and join the hunt.
Into the boat!
Prove all things, hold fast that which is good. Crypto Crew, we're diving into something super exciting today. Michael Saylor's Bitcoin Vision Challenged. Is Kaspa the future? But before we break this down, I encourage you personally always to protect your crypto and digital assets like Bitcoin and Kaspa, practicing self-custody, and in my opinion, your best option would be the Tangent wallet. Plug and play, easy to use, and the most affordable option out there. So if you wish to order your Tangent wallet today, you can get 10% off using code CryptoCrew. Check out the link in the description box below. Thanks so much for your consideration and support in advance, and may the Lord Jesus Christ bless you all.
We have good news regarding the great cryptocurrency Kaspa. It will now be listed on OKX, folks. It's very huge. It's very strong news for our favorite big, beautiful crypto Kaspa, folks.
A few days ago, Bitcoin maxi Michael Saylor delivered a keynote speech at the Bitcoin for America by the Bitcoin Policy Institute, or BPI. And the title for today's video, Michael Saylor's Bitcoin Vision Challenged, Is Kaspa the Future? You'll know the answer to that question later. Stay tuned.
Digital intelligence requires digital energy, which has to be secured by digital power in order to engage in digital commerce. When I say digital commerce, I don't just mean buying trinkets on Amazon. I mean moving all of the money and securing all the assets of the world. I mean 950 trillion going to 4,000 trillion dollars of assets. And it couldn't be clearer where that's headed right now. The unit of digital energy is the Satoshi. The unit of digital power is the exahash.
Bitcoin's mining process consumes an enormous amount of energy, leading to criticism about its environmental impact. This high energy demand is a significant barrier to widespread adoption, especially in a world increasingly focused on sustainability. Kaspa, on the other hand, addresses this issue by optimizing its proof-of-work algorithm to be more energy efficient while maintaining security. Its blockdag protocol allows for faster block generation without requiring the same level of energy-intensive mining as Bitcoin.
Everything that made sense, every educated financier was educated in the 20th century. They were taught a bunch of bromides, a bunch of rules. All of those rules probably made sense in the 20th century. The way we fought World War II is not the way we fight World War III. Every military doctrine, every financial doctrine, it might have been right at one point. It's not right any longer. Trillions of dollars of capital is going to flow from those physical and financial assets into digital, into the Bitcoin network. I'm not just the one making that assertion. The President of the United States made that assertion last week, explained by David Sachs on Friday night. He said, Bitcoin is the only crypto asset that is truly decentralized. It is special. Maybe in the future, there might be some other digital capital.
Well, the future Michael Saylor is talking about is now, because like Bitcoin, Kaspa is truly decentralized. And although Donald Trump nor the US government have publicly come out, Trump's campaign team has accepted, quote, fat donations of Kaspa at the time of Donald Trump's inauguration in January of 2025. And since his presidency, Trump has put pen to paper in his support for Bitcoin and crypto as a whole. Donald Trump has mentioned there will be no tax on US-based crypto projects. And in succession of CoinMarketCap, CoinGecko has now deemed Kaspa a crypto project, quote unquote, made in the USA. Now, technically, this is incorrect because, again, like Bitcoin, Kaspa is fully decentralized, making Kaspa stateless. But for the sake of argument and for the sake of the enhancement of the project, this is bullish for Kaspa. I personally think it is a matter of time and adoption before Kaspa will make its mark on the whole world, starting in the United States. Now, coming back to Michael Saylor's point, the future of that other digital capital is Kaspa.
We have the chance to establish, own, and control the global digital capital network. That is Bitcoin. We can back the US dollar with Bitcoin reserves. The only monetary asset that is competitive to the dollar. If I need a liquid fungible asset to capitalize a company or an institution, it's not real estate, it's not natural gas, it's not art, it's not private and public equity portfolios. It's not even going to be an index of equity. The only asset that I can use other than Bitcoin is U.S. Treasuries everywhere in the world. If anybody ever decides to replace those, they'll replace them with Bitcoin. We should own both.
Saylor's argument that the U.S. should back its economy with Bitcoin may be a bit risky, but hey, I personally am for this kind of adoption. And as Senator Cynthia Lummis mentioned,
even though it's slightly volatile, it's always volatile in an upward-leaning direction. The goal here of holding it for 20 years is in recognition that on the short term, there is short-term volatility. On the long term, there is long-term growth that far exceeds the ability of the U.S. dollar to keep up.
Kaspa, with its faster block times and more efficient consensus, has the potential to provide a more stable and reliable alternative to Bitcoin. Kaspa and Bitcoin can live coincidentally like gold and silver did in centuries past. Bitcoin prioritizes both security and decentralization, and BTC's grandson Kaspa completes that with scalability and usability, even for day-to-day transactions, anytime, any place, anywhere. With near instant transactions, Kaspa's Bitcoin on internet speed without having to replace Bitcoin, which is a great store of value.
If I took all your money, I dropped you in Africa, and I said, you got to invest in a diversified portfolio of private and public equity and real estate, art in Africa, or you can put your money into the digital capital network and move it anywhere else at the speed of light, and I gave you a choice to punch the orange button or leave it in Africa for 100 years, you would punch the orange button. Everybody else in the world's figuring out the same thing right now.
I'm convinced there will be a green button as well, because although Bitcoin is often referred to as digital gold, its utility is largely limited to being a store of value. BTC struggles to function as a medium of exchange due to high fees and super slow transaction speeds. If you want to win the next proverbial world war, you can't rely on technology from yesteryear. And again, I love Bitcoin. It is a great store of value and has made some waves worldwide in a relatively short time. That said, Bitcoin's technology is outdated, and that's why we have so many crypto projects today that really are companies disguised as crypto projects, because despite its limitations and outdated tech, Bitcoin still provides value.
To this day!
You embrace Bitcoin, you empower Americans. It's American companies with Bitcoin on the balance sheet. They're going to outlast, outperform, and outlive their competitors. So American institutions that are holding Bitcoin, they're going to enrich their shareholders. The beneficiaries are us. With the appropriate digital assets framework, we can become the bankers to the world. When we export Bitcoin to the world, we're exporting our values: sovereignty, sound money, integrity, property rights. When we export digital currency, we're literally exporting our currency. If we create other digital securities or digital tokens, we'll be exporting our companies, our ideas, our securities, our financial products to the world. We can dominate this industry.
We're going to make sure this asset and other assets in digital format become the product that the world looks to. This becomes the product that helps America remain the world's reserve currency and that brings about innovations that make money faster and cheaper and better available.
And with the current pro-crypto president Donald Trump and the first ever pro-crypto administration, Kaspa is yet another step closer to mass adoption.
Well, Senator Lummis has given us a clear guideline with the Bitcoin Act. It said, let's acquire 1 million Bitcoin over a 5-year period in a programmatic, disciplined fashion, transparent to all. If we hold that 200,000 Bitcoin for the next 20 years, even though you see a flat line on the screen, the flat line is worth $3 trillion. So that's the value of doing nothing. Sometimes people think that you have to do something to make money. Sometimes the absence of doing awful and stupid things is making money. Doing stuff is highly overrated if the stuff is trading or selling your Bitcoin. The US government doesn't recognize any other digital capital, nor do we. Maybe in the future there might be some other digital capital.
As stated earlier, the future is now. That new digital capital Michael Saylor talked about is Kaspa, which is Aramaic for silver, stating its mission and purpose, not just on this crypto ocean, but soon for the entire world to behold. Since Kaspa has to be mined like Bitcoin, it is a store of value, and its faster transactions and lower fees makes Kaspa better suited for both a store of value and a medium of exchange. Its scalability and efficiency make it a more versatile digital asset for everyday use. Prove all things, hold fast that which is good.
Maybe Bitcoin isn't digital currency at all.
Let us know your thoughts about Michael Saylor's position and keynote speech, Crypto Crew. Leave your comments in the comments section below.
Stick around.
Fix your mind before you get to the grind. And with that said, let's continue to escape the matrix. Let's continue to be on the lookout for the next big thing here on the crypto ocean. Grow in grace, and let's make some crypto waves. Say aye.